Welcome back, Uncensored Philly Sports Podcast. We here on a night off of a Sixers game to talk some around the NBA
and the Philly. No, I'm playing.
And
I do got the shirt.
We're gonna talk some the list about. We're gonna give our top 5 under 25. We're gonna talk a lot of stuff was going on in comments. We're gonna talk some Donovan Mitchell versus Booker. We're going to talk some around the NBA. We're going to talk some Ben Simmons. So tonight we got a lot going on. We got a jam-packed 5 for y'all tonight. It's going to be good, man.
Hey, wait, listen. I got to let them, first of all, because Ephraim came in and messed up the flow. Ethan actually, as he did the first take, he said, well, you can find us on Spotify, YouTube, Twitter.
Throw the plug in there.
Spotify, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook,
Twitter,
iTunes,
iPod. What else you find that?
Hit that like and subscribe to get the algorithms.
And listen, y'all got to realize the depth behind the whole jam-packed. Ephraim been wanting to name every last podcast jam-packed for like the past 6 months.
Because they are. People don't understand. We got a
this
lot
one really is jam-packed.
But I mean, I guess who's starting off their list?
Go ahead. You on there now.
I mean, I'm looking over the list. I'm seeing what's this from NBA Central.
It's from ESPN.
Well, let Ethan go because I think Ethan already had his.
Okay, go ahead. Which you looking at? Who's your
top? My top 5? I had this is on now. We want to make sure everybody understand this is on potential. This is on where you see these guys 3 to 5 years from now in the league. Where you see their careers. You know, it's not on right now. It's on potential.
Okay.
So I got Zion 1, Luka, LaMelo 2, and Luka 3. I got Michael Porter Jr. and I like Trae Young. Now, the reason why I put Zion and LaMelo ahead of Luka is because I believe they have more room to grow. Luka did do better every year. Every year, all his stats went up. For some reason, Luka surprised me for some reason when I looked into it. He's a terrible free throw shooter. 73% is terrible. Eric Snow-like, Wayne.
It's not terrible.
So, it is bad.
But it's 72?
Yeah, that's not bad.
Eric Snow wasn't a 72% free throw.
Yeah, he was better. He was 75, 76.
Yeah, so he ain't Eric Snow like.
He was in the 70s. You might put it like this. He was in the 70 percentile.
Okay. Yeah, clarify that.
Yeah, because y'all like playing word whiskers. So I see Trae Young. Trae Young has to get his field goal percentage up. I see room for him to grow. Get his turnovers down, his field goal percentage up. So I see these dudes at the top of the game in the next 5 years. Now the other guys, I'm not throwing shade at them like the Mitchells and the Bookers and the Tatums, but for me, they're pretty much at their peak. If you ask me.
Who'd you say? You said Booker was at his peak too?
Booker's pretty much at his peak.
Now, I mean, but I'm looking at Devin Booker's stats, and I'm ranking him a little higher than you are. Okay. This dude has consistently went up in his field goal percentage and pretty much scoring every year, right? And now he's at 26 points a game, shooting 49% field goal.
Yeah, that's good.
Now that is top tier. Just think, if you want to put in, if you said before, and I don't know if you said this in the podcast, but you were saying this to us, that if you saying Steph Curry as a guard is your baseline for where you want to be field goal percentage, that's where Steph Curry is shooting 48% for the year. Now, granted, Steph Curry is in the contract.
You just wanted a reason to bring Steph Curry up in this, and we're not talking about Steph Curry.
That's a good point that you're making. It's a good point.
The point is, if he's the baseline, then Devin Booker's field goal percentage, and you talking about a 2-time MVP award winner, Steph Curry, and you looking at
Devin Booker. Trying to bring that back.
That's what I said. I don't even know why y'all let him keep going. He couldn't even wait to bring it. We talking about young boys, and he want to bring up Steph.
Now you want to get your top 5, but
you said Steph Curry was the baseline, right?
Now hold on. Let me ask you this: where is Devin Booker in your top 5?
In my top 5, I'm putting him. I'm actually putting him above Donovan Mitchell. I take Devin Booker over Donovan. I got.
So you got Donovan Mitchell in your top 5?
No, I got in my top 5. I agree with you with the 1 and the 2. I do see a lot of potential in LaMelo. I think I will put Luka ahead of LaMelo right now. I don't ever see LaMelo. No, I'm not going to say that. I think he can average a triple-double. That's hard to do. Luka was pretty much there. That's tough. If you could get to that level, Luka's at another level. So I'm putting Zion at 1, Luka at 2, LaMelo at 3, and I'm putting Devin Booker, for me, is going at 4. And at 5, I would probably go the boy, what's his name? Michael Porter Jr. I think he's going to be an absolute stud. I honestly think
but that's what I mean. When we talking about potential, I see, if you ask me, Michael Porter Jr. can be better than Devin Booker.
I agree, but my only thing with Michael Porter Jr. is he's going to have to leave Denver to do that.
Why?
I don't know.
I agree. I don't think he's staying there.
I don't
think he's going to stay there.
Okay. All right. So now I would like to interject and maybe give my people, since y'all all on a whole nother
Niggas real greedy
thing. So I mean, I got Luka, Zion, Mitchell, De'Aaron Fox, and
you got De'Aaron Fox
and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Those are the guys.
I like Gilgeous-Alexander.
Let me Google him. I don't know too much about him. I'm gonna keep it a bit.
Is he hurt?
Yeah, they probably hold. I think they tanking now, but Gilgeous-Alexander is what he's shooting, like 50%.
So
like that.
let me ask you, for you, Donovan Mitchell is elite.
Right now, I don't necessarily consider him elite, but I think he has room to grow. See, this is why I take Donovan Mitchell over Booker. Donovan Mitchell, since he's come to the league, has been leading that team to the playoffs. He stepped in and was the man from the jump. Booker has been in the league 2 years more. He's been in the league 2 years, 2 more years than Donovan Mitchell. And they're like, even this year, they're shooting the same amount of shots. Booker has a better shooting percentage. Mitchell has better 3-point shooting percentage. I think Mitchell also brings more to the table. I just think Mitchell has more room to grow, and Mitchell has shown. Now I might change after these playoffs, and I see what Booker does. But Donovan Mitchell has balled out in the playoffs, so I've seen that he has that potential to shine under the big lights. So to me, I'm putting Donovan over Booker right now.
I wouldn't dare do that, but okay.
All right.
Go ahead, Tim. Where you at?
Well, I'm gonna start off with Zion. I think we all got Zion number 1, and then at the Zion, I'm gonna go with
Who getting yelled at?
Jamal Murray.
Yeah, I'm playing the video game. Jamal Murray.
Yeah.
Playoff Jamal or regular season Jamal?
Both of them is if y'all saw the way
Jamal is so erratic, man.
Jamal got Denver balling right now. Have y'all seen what they've been doing?
Jamal don't have.
What? He don't got Joker on his team?
He can't help his teammates. He
but
can't
you
help
said he got them balling. Joker got it. My fault, Tim. Go ahead, get your fault.
All right.
You're right.
My fault.
Number 2, Jamal Murray. Number 3, I like the boy LaMelo, and I gotta give him his props. That was a good pick by Jordan. Number 4, Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons is a 24-year-old.
Go to number 5. Go to number 5. Go to 5 so we can get to this.
Guard. And then number 5.
Just throw a name out there because I'm gonna go entitled to their opinion, even if how dumb it is.
I'm gonna go with Devin Booker. I'm gonna go with Devin Booker number 5. But
let me ask you, now see, this leads us to our next discussion.
Wait, y'all got a problem with Ben being number 4?
Wait. I just want to ask why nobody else thought to give De'Aaron Fox any props. We talking about people that get better every year.
I like Fox.
He averaged 24.6 points this year, shooting 47.8% field goal with 7 assists.
Sometimes when he has to change scenery. Even if nobody even talked about the dude from Memphis,
John Morant.
Yeah.
Morant.
Yeah, well, I mean,
so no, if we went top 10, it would have been a little longer.
Yeah,
but
our top 5. I think we all got 5 strong top 5 candidates.
You don't.
No, we don't. No, we all don't.
Yeah, I think we all do.
No.
I mean, listen. I get what you're saying with Ben. No, I get what you're saying with Ben with the potential. Just because it's like everybody says, if Ben has a jump shot, he can be elite.
He can be the best.
I just don't know if he'll get it. So you believe that he'll get it.
Here's what makes none of the players that y'all mentioned are 6'10". This man is 6'10", so he'll always be able to do things that none of those players will never be able to.
Michael Porter Jr.
break a foul shot.
He didn't know. No one will be able to do that.
I mean, listen. I mean, honestly, like Ethan was saying, this kind of gets to our next point. Has Ben reached his ceiling?
But wait a minute. What y'all talking about? This is what I want to understand. Michael Porter Jr., right?
Yes.
They went out and got a whole nother wingman. If Michael Porter Jr. was this guy, he's been in the league a couple years now, right? So if they really felt
this is his second year.
Okay. But
And
if they felt
he didn't remember, he came off an injury, so he didn't play a full year last year.
Okay, but I understand he got a lot of hype last year, but his stats ain't all that great like that.
Because he came off the bench. He didn't even started yet.
So why is he coming off the bench?
He was coming off the injury.
Well, so why this year he's not injured? So why is he coming off the bench?
I don't think he coming off the bench this year. I said last year he was.
So what's his numbers this year?
I think he averaged 16 points a game.
So that's why they went out and got who was it they got? The other wingman to come in and start.
He's averaging.
No, he don't start.
He's averaging 17 points.
He averaged 17 points, shooting 54% from the field.
Off the bench.
No, I didn't say he was on the bench. I said I think he is starting.
Oh, he's starting. I thought somebody said he wasn't starting.
No, I said last year.
Said that.
I said last year he wasn't starting.
So that's what I'm saying though. But they went out and got who was it? They went and got the guy
Aaron
from
Gordon.
Yeah, they went and got Aaron Gordon. You don't think that they played?
He's more of a defensive wing.
So is Aaron Gordon going to be starting over him?
No.
Okay. All right.
Michael Porter Jr. The last 5 games, 20, 20, 25, 18. This is 31 minutes, 29 minutes, 36 minutes, 34 minutes, and 20. Last 5 games is 27, 20, 20, 25, and 15.
I mean, I think he's a good player. I just don't know. In the same way, like I respect y'all pick with LaMelo, I'm just not going to be goo gaga over dude after half a season.
Hold on, my thing is Michael Porter Jr. Michael Porter Jr.
I've never been Google over Ben.
He is what we want Ben Simmons to be.
I've never been Google over Ben. Let's get that correct.
Michael Porter Jr. is what we want to see Ben Simmons develop into.
What, 16 points a game?
From an offensive standpoint.
What, 17 points a game?
No, I just told you the last 5 games.
No. Don't talk about the last 5 games because you can go through 5 games.
I'm talking about
9 points. He went from 9 points a game last year to 17 this year.
Okay.
Has Ben ever averaged 17 in his career?
No, 16-9 was his highest.
That's almost.
So he never averaged 17.
That's what I said. No. Okay. Yeah. How many rebounds and assists Michael Porter Jr. averaged? And what kind of defense he play?
He averaged 7 rebounds, 1 assist.
Okay.
And guess what?
What?
His free throw shooting is at 75%.
That's pretty decent.
Michael Porter
No. That's trash according to Ethan. That's trash. 75% is trash.
Gotta get better.
So according to Michael Porter Jr. has played a career high of 96 total games. He started 42, which was this year. 96 total games, and he's already offensively well past Ben Simmons from an offensive standpoint. Now, I don't watch him enough to know the intricacies of his defense, like Wayne likes to go. Ben like to play defense, which I think is overhyped, but whatever. But that being said,
that's hate.
His upside is clearly shown. Ben Simmons, on the other hand, has played a total of 4 years in the NBA and has went down in points this year from what he was used to doing and has shown no growth. Zero zip.
Why y'all never talk
offensive?
Why y'all never talk Ben shooting percentage? Y'all talk everybody else's.
Because all he do is lay the ball.
It don't matter. Shoot percentage is shoot percentage.
It's cool.
Like no. Listen. Ben's not on my list either. I'm not, because I don't think that he's. Ben's not on my list.
His ceiling. Has Ben Simmons reached his ceiling?
I'm not necessarily going to say that he has. No.
Why not? Why not? Which shows you that he has.
Huh? What you saying? What shows? But we're not talking off of what people have shown you. We talking about what we think their potential is, right?
That's what I'm saying. But
okay. When I'm talking about what I think his potential is, like I say, I'm a firm believer. Like with all these guys on this list, I think sometimes people talk about basketball and they get the view on people like just because a guy been in the league a few years, it's like he should be there already. These dudes is only like 20. We talking about dudes 25 and under.
He played 260 total NBA games.
It don't matter. They're 25 and under. It's not the same way like when we used to talk about guys back in the day that might have been 4 years in the league and played all them games. They was coming in after like 3 and 4 years of college. Yep. We talking about dudes now that play like 1 year of college and then straight to the NBA.
Hold on,
and
because
Ben Simmons
when we
also
talk about
played under Brett Brown.
When you talk about potential, when you mentioned Mitchell, you say he got better every year.
Yeah.
At this, at that, at this. Okay. What has Ben shown you in the first 4 years to say he's going to keep getting better at this or he's going to keep getting better at that.
Well, I already told you I don't think, and that's why I didn't put him on my list.
This is for Tim, because Tim put him on the list.
Okay.
Well, defensively, he's gotten better.
I don't want to hear about defense.
Why? That's part of the game, or not? He don't come off the field. It's not like this is not football.
Go ahead. What else?
He's been consistent.
Consistently what? Missing free throws? What have you been consistent at?
All right. Here's I know. I had a vision. Say no.
If you ask me, Ben is at his ceiling right now.
I'm not ready to go there.
I've been told you. I told y'all this 2 years ago. He's at his ceiling. So I mean, I'm not. Listen, you wishing on a star. That's what you're doing. Like you got this grand, and you're doing a lot, and not just you. It's a lot of other Ben Simmons fans who has this grandiose vision of him stroking jump shots and going to the cup and landing freaky deaky style and all this, being LeBron James. It's not listen to me, Tim. Put your ear close to your computer. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Don't confuse yourself or put yourself into this space, because I'm telling you now, 4 years from now, when he's still averaging 14, 15, 16 points a game, you are going to be furious. So don't do it to yourself.
I'm okay with Ben Simmons averaging 17, 18 points a game.
Now, why is this 17, 8? You think he's going to get there?
He's going to be at 18 by next year.
I can see him getting to 17 to 18. But
I can't.
He'll be.
But I agree. I actually agree with y'all. Can he? Possibly. I don't know, somewhere to switch click because he's still young, but I don't see it. I don't see it. I would gladly welcome it, but I don't see Ben making this drastic improvement in his shooting.
I mean, go ahead. You think my fault? Go ahead.
No, let me know when y'all finish talking about Ben.
I'm saying I would drastically welcome it as well. This is not Ben hate. This is Ben reality check. For a lot of dudes who are in this world that think he's going to come and be LeBron, like Wayne said, I've embraced the fact that he is who he is. If we could win with him like that, then so be it. I don't think we will, not going against the Nets and all these other teams. But if we happen to pull it out, I'm cool with it. But I'm not having visions of him being the next ambassador. And it's sad because he could have been the next ambassador.
Still will be.
He could have been on Space Jam 3. It could have all been his for the taking, and he didn't want it.
He is going to be in Space Jam 3. He going to be the dudes when they take the powers from him.
They're going to take Ben's defensive ability. They're going to take his defense.
It ain't going to be no powers to take.
Hey, listen, if Sean Bradley could be in the first one, Ben Simmons could be in the next.
Shout out to
Listen, for y'all listening though, this is your Ben wake up call.
No, it's
Pay
not.
attention.
No, it's not. No, it's not. I let them spew a lot of garbage. Ben Simmons has a potential to be a superstar in this league. Right now, he's just a star.
So you think he'll achieve? So you think he'll achieve superstardom?
He has all the tools to do it.
I'm asking, do you think that he will achieve it?
If I'm under oath, I'm taking the fifth.
Okay. So we agree with that.
So I take
all
that.
Right. Well, listen, we're gonna move.
We're
moving off of Ben. Yesterday, it was a key matchup in Utah versus the Phoenix Suns. And you had the matchup between Devin Booker and Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell lit him up for 41, but Devin Booker came away with 35 also. And
the win.
Yeah. So my question to you guys is, if you had to pick between the two to start your franchise, which one would you take?
I'm taking Mitchell.
I'm taking Booker for one. I think he's a better scorer per se, and he's bigger. So for them alone, he can shoot over somebody better than Mitchell. Mitchell's only 6'1". I don't know if y'all ever realized that.
Mm-hmm.
I did.
But I thought it was Booker.
6'5", I believe.
But they both can get to the hole, though.
Exactly.
They both can get to the hole. If you ever watch their highlights, even if you watch the highlights from yesterday's game, they both was getting buckets.
Devin Booker 6'5". Listen, I don't hate on
Mitchell. Almost fouled the Bull Bridges out that we hype up. Kirby, Michael Bridges. I'm Kirby. Michael Bridges defense.
Kirby ain't never been that good.
No, never.
Mitchell almost fouled him out. Got him 5 fouls. Made him irrelevant in the game.
I mean, I think it's almost at a certain point splitting hairs, 6 of one, half a dozen the next. It's kind of like what your preference is. If you like, a little bit more. I think Devin Booker brings a little bit more flash to his game than Mitchell, but Mitchell go hard. Mitchell remind me of like Chauncey Billups on steroids. Like his game is not really flashy, but it's very effective. So I mean,
I actually think to be honest with you, Booker has more of a potential to be a superstar than Mitchell.
I agree.
That's just my opinion. The way he plays, Mitchell got flash, but it's just something about the way Booker. He's just a smooth scorer, and it's just something about that. So that's just my opinion.
I like Donovan. I mean, I like both of them. You can't go wrong.
Yeah, I like both of them too.
Didn't Donovan throw up a 50 spot in the bubble last year?
Yeah, he might do a couple 50 spots.
Yeah.
Listen,
Booker
hold on.
Devin Booker threw up a 70 spot
in the regular season.
Yeah,
regular season.
It's still 72 points in the NBA game. What is it's not the NBA because it's regular season?
No.
Okay.
Would y'all put Jamal Murray on that same level as the three of them?
No.
He ain't far though.
Jamal Murray.
He ain't far.
He's not far.
He was dealing. If you talk about Bubble Jamal was dealing last year, so he not far.
He was. He was.
Right,
he was.
let me run these numbers by y'all. Looking at, first of all, like I said, Devin Booker's been in the league. He's played a couple more years. He's been 2016. Mitchell came in 2018.
Okay. So now it matters. So we were talking about Michael Porter and Ben Simmons and all the extra time Ben Simmons been in the league.
No, that part didn't matter. I just don't see Michael Porter Jr. as being. I wanted us to draft Michael Porter Jr. when he came in, but I'm just saying if he was all that, then why would they be looking to bring in other guys to play his same position?
Who would we draft over Michael? Who would we have gotten?
Who did we got that year?
Who did we get?
Who did we get?
Yeah, who did we get? But I mean, I remember, I can't remember who we got that year, but I do know that I wanted him because he went way. Everybody was overpassing him because of injury.
That was Mikal Bridges' year.
Oh yeah, and then we traded for Zaire.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I definitely.
What happened to Zaire? Is he playing like
nobody knows?
He in the G League.
All right. So listen. Devin Booker's been in the league 6 years. Okay. Mitchell's been in 4. Mitchell's been in the playoff 3 times. Booker not yet. All-Star games 2 for both of them. Now, mind you, Booker's been in the league 2 years more than he has. Points per game, Mitchell 23.2. Booker 22, so it's close. Rebounds a game, Mitchell 4. Booker's taller, but he only averages 3.7 rebounds, where Mitchell averages 4.1. Assists per game, Booker's over him by 4.7 to 4.3. Steals per game, Booker 0.8, Mitchell 1.3. So I mean they're close, but what I'm saying is Booker's been in the league 2 years more than that. And I've seen Donovan Mitchell perform in the playoffs. I've seen him step his game up in the playoffs.
But also Booker, and we talked about this earlier, Wayne. Mm-hmm. Mitchell came in on a better team. So that to me can mean a lot too, as regards to all the weight was on Booker when he came in to be an instant success scorer. Where it kind of, now granted, Mitchell came in and did take over and did his thing, but he came into a playoff team, so it wasn't like all the
wait. Now let's get it right. It was a playoff team with Gordon Hayward was the top dog leading them in that playoffs. But Gordon Hayward left.
But that tells you how good of a team it was because Gordon Hayward's not that.
So you don't think that was more pressure that you're coming into a guy that was an all-star that was leaving his big time contract and you taking his spot and you filled in right there?
I'm not saying it was no pressure, but that tells me that it was a pretty good team overall. Because
I agree with that part.
We found out the Bull Devin, what's his name, Gordon.
I mean,
Hayward.
they were fifth in the West.
Gordon Hayward's not that
way overrated.
Yeah, he's not that great of a player, so that shows me that they had a very good team system.
And
if you look at them, they still have a very good team.
They do,
and he's the best player on that very good team.
I mean, they got defensive players. So you know what? They got a good rim protector. They got other solid players, Bogdanovich and the other bull,
Ingles and Clarkson and the point guard.
Yeah, they got Mike Conley. They got a really good.
Well, no, I agree with that. So but that's why I'm saying, as of right, if we're talking about right now today, now after this playoffs, once Booker gets in the playoffs and I see what he does in his playoffs, if he steps his game up, then I might feel differently about it. But I'm saying as of today, I've seen Mitchell in there as a rookie. I saw him go toe to toe with James Harden. So that's why I'm saying with Donovan Mitchell, I've seen him step his game up. in the playoffs, be the leader of the team during the regular season, and in the playoffs elevate to the next level.
You
Booker may do it because I like Booker too, and you know what I'm saying. But I got to see it from Booker.
I think the huge thing is too. He got. I don't know. I don't follow Phoenix that closely. I don't know who his point guard was before. He got a legit point guard now.
Well, last year he had Ricky Rubio.
Okay, that's my point. Now he has a legit point guard.
Ricky Rubio was a legit point guard, but
he's trash. Stop.
He's not trash. He's not trash. Well, you do know he's trash. Well, you do know Ricky Rubio was Donovan Mitchell's point guard first.
Exactly.
Rubio's only.
So now we talking about how much help Donovan Mitchell had, but the point guard was trash. And Donovan Mitchell.
Why you think they
I'm not saying. I'm not saying Ricky Rubio trash, but I mean he's not no all-star.
No, but that's what I'm saying. And on all, because y'all know I was big up in Phoenix last year because I like the fact that the coach went there. I like the coach, and I want him to be here for the Sixers. But Phoenix did have Ayton was out for the first 25 games of the season because of suspension, and Rubio was injured right at like a little bit into that. Rubio got injured too, so that's why I mean that's what I'm saying. I don't dislike Booker. I'm just putting Mitchell a little bit ahead because of what Mitchell has done in the playoffs.
He'll get a chance this year because he's definitely going. Booker definitely going.
He definitely will.
Guess what?
What's that?
Guess who's back?
LeBron.
The snake is back.
Oh, phooey. He'll be hurt again.
Snake is back. KD back, baby.
He too busy. Busy worried about Twitter beef.
Right.
What y'all think? What y'all think about the snake? What y'all think about that Nets team? Think all the pressure's on them to win?
Yeah, it has to be. It has to be because they got 3 franchise players. They got 3 superstar athletes leading the team.
They got 2 superstars, but okay.
They got 3 superstars because y'all gonna put some respect on the boy Kyrie Irving's name. He is a superstar in this league. He's the one that's carrying them. They only lost 2 games.
It's Kyrie.
Man, stop playing. Kyrie only been playing like Kyrie only been playing without Harden for like 2 games. You want to hype like he carried.
James Harden is carrying.
No,
James Harden was carrying.
He's the glue guy.
You understand? James Harden wasn't with the team the first 10 games of the season. It's not like you started out with them.
And KD
wasn't in first place either, was they?
They was winning. They still was winning.
What was their record? You don't even know. You just exactly.
Hold up. So what happened? Remember what happened? What was their record before when KD was hurt last year and it was just Kyrie and the rest of the cast? Remember
Kyrie was hurt on and off last year.
I know, but he played a good amount of games before he ended up eventually getting hurt.
But he was hurt, so we're not even gonna bring him last year.
No.
He Steph Curry.
No, we gonna so everybody talking about how my man Steph conveniently got hurt and all that stuff. So why don't the same thing apply to Harden? I mean to Kyrie? Huh? Crickets? Is that crickets?
You talking Tim? Tim the only one that even putting them in the same category.
Let me ask you this. Who has the most pressure to win in the league this year? With
KD.
Oh, the
KD.
Nets.
The Nets.
The Nets is this year's Clippers. Remember how the Clippers was everybody was hyping the Clippers. Now I'm not saying the Nets not going to win because right now they look spectacular. But
he played 37 games last year, by the way, Kyrie.
Now that was more than about the Nets.
More than half the season.
This is my thing about the Nets. I understand when you're saying you got these 3 superstars, but they're not playing together right now. So you don't. There is going to be an adjustment period.
No, I'm sorry. He played 20 games. My bad.
No, I think I'm gonna disagree with you. I'm gonna say the Clippers and especially Paul George. They ran that coach fire. They said this coach isn't good enough for us. And then Kawhi didn't show up last year in the playoffs. Kawhi and Paul. Well,
no, Kawhi
showed up.
No, Kawhi just had a bad game.
That game 7.
Game 7, he had a bad game, but he played that whole series.
But Paul George, all of a sudden, everything he can't play inside of a dome or he can in that controlled environment. Now you got what you wanted. You got Doc out of here. So now all the pressure in the world is on Paul George. Because
I think it's on both. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
The Nets had a lot of injuries. So people, and then they also have a first-year head coach who's never coached in the league before. So I don't think it's still pressure on the Nets, but if I'm gonna put the bulk of the pressure, it got to be on Paul George, and it has to go on the Clippers to win.
It's on the Nets.
I could buy a lot. I could buy a lot of what you're saying. It may be equal. It may even be equal, but either way, I will say this: the pressure's on both of them to end up in a championship together, at least to be facing each other in the championship. Because, like you said, all the meltdown, they was at least supposed to meet the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals, and they didn't.
And they didn't.
Now, the Nets have literally formed the greatest trio of talented basketball players on one team in NBA history. There's no way you're not going to tell me.
Some solid
No. The Golden State, when they cheated and had Clay and
Durant,
that trio is not touching what the Nets
you tell me that Kyrie is better than Klay Thompson. So if you saying KD still remains the same, you got Harden and Steph. I take Steph over Harden. I agree with you with that. But I mean, I don't know if you said that, but I'm taking Steph over Harden. But I'm taking Kyrie over Clay.
Who you taking over KD over? KD over KD?
That's what I'm saying. KD still he's the same constant.
I don't know I got to see what KD is going to do this year.
KD get buckets. He may not be great defensively, but offensively, he'll never be able to be bad offensively. He's always going to give you 20 or more points a game.
Yeah, he always going to get a hoop.
I agree.
That's true.
He averages 27 for his career. I think
that'll never go.
You ain't never going to question that.
Yeah, true. He came and hit like 2-3 pointers in the game just because yesterday.
So if the Nets pressure is here, right? Where is the Sixers?
I think the Nets actually took some of the Sixers pressure down because I think the Sixers had pressure to win because they got rid of Brett, where some people still felt that was unfair.
No, I don't think nobody felt that way.
No, hold on. You got some Brett.
What round do we have to get to?
We got to meet the Nets in the conference finals.
Yeah.
Anything else than that is a bad season, right?
Yeah.
Anything
I agree. I agree.
Yes.
Yep.
I think the fans will be okay if we got to the Eastern Conference Finals. I wouldn't be okay, but I think the bulk of the fans, knowing especially we got beat by a super team in the Nets.
Now listen,
I remember you and Wayne was sick after them couple bounces in that Toronto game.
I did.
I was upset because I felt like we should have won a game or two before that, and I felt like the coach did. I felt we should have won it. We should have won the whole thing before that game.
Remember you was FaceTiming everybody with the B face crying?
Don't lie like that. Don't lie like that.
I never imagined
that was your face when you realized Ben Simmons wasn't going to be Brian.
No,
I never imagined Wayne Cry face could be so ugly.
The worst.
Listen, I stopped crying over basketball when I was like 20.
The worst thing
I ain't gonna front. My teenage years, I had a lot of crying years as a Sixers fan.
I think I almost, the only time I ever almost cried over sport. Actually, I did cry when Eagles lost to Cowboys. This had to be back in like 92. Yeah. I never forget. I was with my man Dennis Crabtree, and we lost in the playoffs, and I just stormed out the house, and tears just running down my face.
You gonna cry when you get in the car. That's what you said when you left. You gonna cry when you get in the car.
But when your step-pop beat you that time?
I vow, don't do that. I vow.
It was probably Eagles in Tampa for me. Eagles in Tampa, I almost had a whole conniption.
I vowed never to get my heart that tied up in sports again after that moment.
Yeah, I was trying to make a comment, and y'all cut me off. Then I don't remember exactly what I was saying.
Sorry, Tim.
But as far as my worst sports memory, I'm gonna have to go with Minnesota losing to Atlanta. And
Randall Cunningham.
Tell the whole story, Tim. Just real quick. That story was hilarious. Tell the whole story, Tim. What really made it hurt?
We had somebody that was antagonizing us at the crib. We all was at the crib watching it. We all just dudes watching the game, and there was this dude decided to do the dirty bird and just
he doing it on your face.
My man Kip was doing a dirty bird. Emo ran upstairs with tears in his eyes, and Tim ran out and jumped in his car and cried the whole way home. Almost got in 3 accidents because he couldn't see.
Yeah. I was like, "What's the boy from Friday? Like he gonna cry when he gets
Reds."
Man, yeah, it was some heart-wrenching moments in sports.
Yeah, listen, as a Philadelphia sports fan, we done had our moment. See, but you know what? See, that kind of ties me into why I approach how I watch Ben Simmons. I'm not going to get Tim getting his heart all pumped up. Tim's gonna be crying again.
Wayne, you try to cap. You know you get your heart all in. You know you get into it too. Stop.
No, I don't. Honestly, I don't. No, I ain't gonna say I never did. I used to, but I don't. I just go by what it is. I might get irritated and stuff, but it don't like have me depressed and stuff. Like I used to be upset. You know how we do it? Like we ready to break a TV or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, but I'm not to that level no more. Like
Yeah.
I look at it with it like that's why I don't get so upset with Ben Simmons. I can't stand when he plays how he plays at times, but I had to realize this is what it was. I went through the Sixers years when I was rooting for Trevor Ruffin. I remember Trevor Ruffin and Willie Burton and all these dudes, Dana Barros. I remember all that.
Remember Willie Burton dropped like 53 in one game?
Yeah, it was all hype. Listen, I remember watching Trevor Ruffin when he was in Hawaii. And then we got him in here, and I remember when we drafted B.J. Tyler, Sharon Wright. As a Sixers fan, I remember all this, and I used to come in as the season began. I used to be like, "We got a chance, we got these boys," and I will be heartbroken at the end of the season. So I know to look at them for what they are, and then it's like, but that's what I'm saying with this Sixers team. I appreciate what they are, but I do know the Nets are a better team, but I do still think the Sixers could beat them.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead.
No, I mean, in 7, if they have all 3 of them guys playing together, it's an uphill battle.
Oh, it is. It's
an uphill battle.
I want to see a legit meltdown. For some reason, I think a KD. Y'all gotta remember though. I'm telling y'all, man, KD can actually he can unravel this thing very, very quickly. I'm telling y'all, because if y'all remember, KD is the reason why it was a little bit of Draymond too, but KD was a lot of reason why that Golden State thing unraveled the way it did, because he's very sensitive. So and then mixed with Kyrie, I don't always trust how his mood going to swing.
Hard to baller. Y'all keep saying crazy.
Yeah, I'm just giving you real life. Look what Kyrie did with Cleveland.
The playoffs.
Him and LeBron. I'm talking about him and LeBron legit could have went on to win and be in the next 5 championships after he left.
But him and LeBron went to 2 championships and they won 1.
Yeah, they did.
I'm trying to find.
What's that?
I'm trying to find. They actually LeBron. KD and Draymond said what happened in the feud. Did you see that?
I remember how it started. I saw the game when it started.
KD, during that argument, KD said that was my time to shine, and he wanted the ball, and Draymond wanted him to pass it back or something.
It was like
Draymond foot or something like that.
Yeah, it was like the end of a game. It was an end of a game situation, and
and KD was clapping for it.
He should have been the go-to, and Draymond, y'all boy that y'all hype up, took a whack shot. And just like he looked KD off and shot something.
No. He did look KD off. He didn't even get a chance to shoot.
He off his foot.
Yeah. And when the funny thing is, he did the same exact thing in the game this year too.
But that's
Draymond I stopped backing Draymond like that. But I'm no longer affiliated with him. but KD took that and they argued, and KD never let that joint go. Because Draymond, in the argument, Draymond said, we won without you. We won before you got here, something like that. Barely. And that really kind of exacerbated the whole thing. And once that happened, they said once that happened, KD knew he was going to leave, and it was a wrap.
But I'll say this about Kyrie, and I sit there and I have conversations with Net fans, and I mess with them about Kyrie. Mm-hmm. I actually think Kyrie matured more this year.
Exactly.
Like, remember when Kyrie was saying a lot of stuff and everybody was, see, Kyrie talking out of pocket again, Kyrie crazy. Honestly, I think Kyrie has come to the notion of, I don't care what y'all say. Like, remember, LeBron had that moment. Remember when LeBron first, he was heartbroken that everybody was jumping because he thought that everybody always was rooting LeBron. And then when he first got to Miami and they lost, remember when he got mad and he was like, you know what? He was like, no matter what, I'm gonna go home to my mansion. I'm gonna this, that, and the other. Yep. I think LeBron came to the fact, like, I don't care what y'all say. I am who I am. I'm gonna ball out, and y'all not gonna affect me. And I think Kyrie has come, and I think that's when LeBron took his game to another level.
It took LeBron.
Go ahead. What you saying? No, go ahead. What you saying?
It took LeBron a minute because he gave one of the funniest interviews when he was saying Everything that happened, they just blame LeBron. LeBron store ain't got no milk. Oh, this LeBron. Baby ain't got no shoes. Oh man, look what LeBron do now.
Yeah,
But
think he
LeBron finally
really
came to that
thinking-
point, and I
Yeah,
think that Kyrie kind of came to that point too. Like, whereas like even when he was talking about stuff, he was like, "Is more important things than just basketball." Like I feel like Kyrie has matured. But that being said, I think with the Nets, I think it's more not. I don't think necessarily them folding. I think it's going to be about them finding a matchup in a 7-game series. I actually think that it's a couple teams that could be tough against them, but can't beat them. And I think it's Boston and New York, especially Boston, because Boston's biggest problem, they don't have a big man. So I think Boston can actually make it tough on the Nets, but the Nets are still going to beat them.
No, that's kind of related to the question I wanted to ask as far as what teams in the East besides the Bucks that can challenge the Bucks, Nets, and the Sixers.
I think it's. I mean, maybe Miami up and coming.
I agree with that.
I think they can challenge any one of those teams if they get hot at the right time. They got shooters. That dude, Hero, and the other dude, Duncan Clark, I think his name is, or something.
Duncan Robinson.
Duncan, there you go, Duncan. No, I think of Michael Clark Duncan. Duncan Robinson. Them dudes can shoot. So they get hot. Jimmy leading the way. They got Bam Adebayo. They got ballers on that team. They could give anybody a run. My thing with the Nets, though, and I do agree with you, Wayne. I think LeBron came to the realization that haters going to hate regardless, so you can't worry about that. But with the Nets, my only fear is this: it's hard to win. The reason why I talked about chemistry, it's hard to win with 3 big egos on the team.
Agree.
But here's the thing. James Harden is humble. He's not trying to dominate.
You gotta remember that that's easy to say during the regular season. It's different when the metal hits the road or when the rubber hits the road, and it's really clutch time in a game, and somebody starts stinking it up. Like, let's say KD missed 2-3 shots in a row, and then Harden he might make it or miss it, or he make 2 in a row, and then KD want the ball back, and it's like 30 seconds left, and Harden like, yo, I just hit 2 in a row. I'm telling you the reason why Golden State was able to work, because I give as much as I wanted, I didn't want KD to go there because I wanted Steph really to kind of do his own thing but build his own legacy. He don't have no huge ego like that. It worked with LeBron with D Wade and Bosh because LeBron don't got no huge ego. He don't mind sharing the line, but
none of them had huge egos.
And I think James Harden the same way.
I don't know about that. We're gonna find out.
So far, you can only go by what you've seen.
But you saying so far, but they haven't been playing together.
But when they have played together, they made a determination that he'll play to be the setup man, and they win in that way. Kyrie,
that's my point, though. It's all well and good until you face adversity. They are going to face adversity on this road, and when you start facing adversity, that's when it starts coming out. And that's when I think if they're not cool and they don't have them ground rules established, when you face some adversity, that's when things can start falling apart. The change can start falling off.
And to Ephraim's point, we've seen all 3 of them face adversity and fall apart. So, but that being said, the Nets are the best team in the East right now.
What about the West? Who do you think can challenge the
Wait, real quick, because I want to say this about the Nets. Is this why I'm saying with like when a team like Boston, so if you're facing teams that play defense and have wing players, Boston and Sixers have wing players that play defense.
That's true.
So you want to pick up Boston?
Huh? No. I'm not big enough. I'm just talking. I don't think Boston can beat them. But what I'm saying is teams that can make it tough on them. They have 3 score. Like if you got Smart, you got Tatum, and you got Brown. Like you got solid wing players that can play defense.
They got Vucevic. He didn't play. I'm gonna tell you the problem what Boston's gonna have is they're gonna try to play the Nets style and lose. See, this is the problem. This is what the Nets do. They put so much pressure on you offensively. They try to make you play their style, and can't nobody do that. So if you get caught up in that, you're gonna lose. So it's important to have a good coach to keep everybody in check.
The Nets also have to play defense. And the other thing I say about the Nets is, like Ephraim said earlier about a rookie coach. And this is when I look at their coach, and I actually think D'Antoni has a lot more to say about what people may realize. Remember, D'Antoni is a D'Antoni and Nash from Phoenix. Their regular season, they put up a lot of numbers and they did all this, that, and other. And when the playoffs hit and the game style changed, it was a little different. Now you got superstars over there now though, so that's a
Talent
difference.
level. They never had this type of talent.
Yeah, that talent. Phoenix had top
Phoenix
level
had some
teams.
ballers though. They had
Phoenix had some
Stoudemire,
teams.
they had Nash, they had Mark. What's his name? What's the boy? Mark.
Marion.
They got
Marion,
3 of the top.
No,
but
Phoenix
players
had
in the league on that
They
team.
wasn't shooters like that.
But this is what
They had
I'm saying
Barbosa on
is
that team.
they even had Joe Johnson back in his youth on that squad. So all I'm saying is I want to see how when they hit the play, their style of play, I want to see how it plays out in the playoffs, because we've seen that with Houston and with Phoenix, you putting up these big numbers in the regular season, doing that. But then when you face teams that actually play defense, it kind of, because we say what we want about Golden State. Golden State won them championships. Yes, they were great scoring teams. Golden State had great defensive teams. And
I think it's no doubt when it's time to lock down. I think it's no doubt when it's time to lock down, the Nets are locked down. I mean, they showed you that this season, like when they played the Clippers and they played teams, they can lock down when it's time to lock down.
There's a difference in doing it for a whole season, a whole series, and doing it one game.
That's true. Especially at the end of the year when you're tired.
And Durant comes and tries to play too. He does try to play hard on D.
He does.
Durant about to blow out his other Achilles.
I want to see what happened with Harden with that hamstring.
Don't put that wickedness on him, bro.
The hand be touchy.
We act like hamstrings be touchy.
They
Go
are.
ahead, Tim, my fault.
Going west, who can challenge the Lakers and the Clippers?
Denver.
You got Phoenix too.
You got Denver and Utah.
Denver, Utah, Phoenix. The West is a shootout of the OK Corral, bro.
It really is.
Hold on, is this a down year for the Dallas? They was projected to be a little higher this year in the ranking, weren't they?
That's true.
It's a letdown year.
No, I mean, I think Dallas been actually coming on. They actually jumped up a couple spots because they was down at one point. They was down all the way below Golden State. Now they jumped up. I think they may be like in the 7th seed. Last I checked. Let me see, where is it at now? Because I mean, they still could offer legit battle for somebody if they get in the right spot. I
just think Denver. Remember Denver last year on that run that they made.
Dallas is 7.
Denver won like what 2 game 7s. So I think that they have that toughness and then they went out and picked up, like I said, Michael Porter Jr. You got playoff Jamal. Jamal steps up every playoffs.
Trailblazers, Dame Lillard.
My problem is though with Dallas, they were
stop hating on Dame.
I'm not hating on Dame. I just don't think their team is that good.
The West is loaded.
My problem with Dallas is though they were 7th last year. Don't you want to see improvement?
I mean, how many games we got left? They still could take over. They 4 games out of 5th. But the Lakers is falling. The Lakers going to end up almost. They may end up in like an 8th seed by the time.
Yeah. But we acting like LeBron and AD ain't playing. So all that doesn't matter when LeBron and AD are playing.
I agree. I agree. I'm not. Don't give me. Yeah. I agree with that. I mean, you never know. Steph Curry might get hot and get that playing game.
But remember the Nuggets? The Nuggets was down to wasn't the Nuggets down like the 5th or 6th position?
Now it's different this year. The 9th seed gets a chance to get in the playoffs.
I think the 9th and the 10th seed.
The 9th and the 10th get a chance. The 10th and the 9th get the play-in games.
Yeah.
So I think the 10th plays the 7th and the 9th plays the 8th or something like that.
So everybody gets a shot. You get a car.
Let me tell you this: if Utah win a chip, y'all can't tell me nothing about Donovan Mitchell.
He still got a great team, though.
I don't care what he's the leader of that team.
Everybody got to be a leader of the team. That don't mean that he don't got a good team.
I mean, who's the leader?
Wait. Are we hearing this from Ethan? Ethan, the main one, be like, they want a chip. Or they matter, they want a chip. Anyone always putting all that pressure talking about somebody want a chip?
What happened? What are we talking about? When?
I'm talking about if Utah win a chip.
Oh yeah, if they win a chip, what you mean?
Oh, I was saying I don't want to hear no talk about Donovan Mitchell if they win a chip and he lead them to the chip.
But I mean, who was I told you before.
If the Lakers in the first round, they get knocked out.
That is true if they got LeBron.
Utah's a deep team.
But that's my point when I was talking about Utah. Like they remind me that Detroit team that won. Like who was the commander of that Detroit team? Was it Billups? Was it Rashid? Was it who would you say was the go-to dude on that team? I mean, they had Rip Hamilton.
Billups was the go-to guy, but Rashid was that dude. I remember I was listening to Chris Webber. He did an interview with I forget what dude with He did a recent interview. He said the one thing about Rashid is if he wanted to play, if he wanted to give it to you, he would give it to you.
Yeah.
And just after a while, he'll just be like, all right, I'm done. Like he didn't feel like playing. But he said if he went the whole game, Chris Webber said he was like his toughest competitor.
Yeah, when they got Sheed mad, like if somebody did something, got him mad, and he got a tech or something like that, Sheed would start bawling.
Yeah,
he definitely was like that.
Yeah.
Now, who was Chauncey Billups? Who was
He got Rip Hamilton.
I mean, Rip Hamilton averaged 20 points a game.
Yeah,
around
Chauncey was the commander of that ship, and that's what I'm saying. Utah to me are a similar team like that, but you got Donovan Mitchell averaging 24, 25.
Phoenix might be more like that because you got Chris Paul, who's the commander of the ship, but you got the Bull Booker that get you buckets.
But you got the defensive player of the year on their team. Didn't Rudy Gobert win the defensive player of the year or one of them?
Wasn't that
But he's like the third, fourth best player.
But that's what I'm saying. That's how the team is. Like that's why I mean I'm not.
And that's like last year in the playoffs, Utah didn't have Bogdanovich. I mean that's a big.
He's trash. Donovic's trash, ain't he?
I never said Bogdanovich was trash.
Okay.
All right.
We're about to roll up. We're about to be out this joint. We will see y'all tomorrow after the Sixers game. The Sixers will be in where are they playing? Where are they playing?
Is it
playing New Orleans?
We'll be in New Orleans. So
you know the Pelicans going to be coming out mad because they just got spanked.
Yeah.
So we'll
tomorrow 8:00.
I need B to drop 40.
Now come the playoffs, we will be coming on live, so y'all be able to communicate with us via as we stream.
Who did that?
So you when we make? I mean, I'm fine with it, but you just
y'all kept saying y'all want to go live.
Where we do that at?
After starting the playoffs, I figured they want instant reaction from us.
So we wasn't going to discuss this as a team.
Did y'all not ask for this?
Let make an arbitrary rules all by itself.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
Can we see the comments pop up here?
Say it again.
Will we be able to see the comments pop up here on Zoom?
We're gonna be on YouTube. We'll go YouTube live.
I bet.
All right. Now you could connect YouTube to Zoom, right?
I think there's a way you could do it.
Ethan trying to confuse Tim.
I know.
Right now, figure it out. Figure it out.
But anyway, don't forget to like.
I mean, it took him 6 months to figure out how to put our names up there.
But that's what I'm not doing it tonight.
He's supposed to be the guy in the chair. Only the real ones understand that comment. The guy in the chair. That's who he's supposed to be. Let's rock and roll. See y'all later. See y'all tomorrow.
We out.
Peace.